Shiesty is no longer signed in 1017, and Gucci Mane no longer has his wedding ring and no longer has his watch. But Gucci, you can holler at me. I can get it back for you, bruh. Other than that, man, it is what it is.
Leaked footage of Shiesty allegedly robbing Gucci Mane is blowing up online right now. Behind the designer chains and multi-million-dollar deals, Gucci Mane was caught up in some serious street politics that reportedly ended with his jewelry being taken off his body in broad daylight by people connected to his own camp. The truth behind what really happened to the so-called Ice Cream Man is far more calculated, ruthless, and shocking than anyone expected. And we've got exclusive footage that's about to shake the internet and expose everything. Yo, what's good, Fet? Today, we're diving headfirst into some real street drama that's been rocking the hip-hop world. And trust me, at this level of betrayal and calculated payback, most of y'all are not ready for it. Before we go any further, let me be real with you. Social media has been buzzing non-stop about Gucci Mane getting robbed. But a lot of people think it's just rumors or clout-chasing fake news. But we're about to break down the facts, separate truth from fiction, and show you exactly what reportedly went down last Tuesday night in Dallas, Texas, a night that changed everything for Gucci Mane and his Empire Forever movement. At the time, the rap mogul was locked in at his private studio, handling business, when his own artist, Shiesty, allegedly pulled up with heavy energy and a crew that looked ready for anything. Now, don't get it twisted, this wasn't just some typical label disagreement over contracts or publishing. Nah, this situation runs way deeper than money. This is about respect, loyalty, and street consequences. And here's where things really turn up. We've secured exclusive security footage that shows what allegedly happened, and I'll be dropping it at the very end of this video. So before anyone questions my sources, remember I've been breaking street stories for years, and my record speaks for itself. When I say something went down, it's because it did exactly the way I'm about to lay it out. So let's get into it. Around 11 p.m. Tuesday night in Dallas, Gucci Mane was in his studio working on new heat for an upcoming project when Shiesty reportedly arrived unannounced, accompanied by 3 Memphis associates. And if you've been following the tension, you already know Shiesty had been feeling a certain way about how Gucci handled the situation surrounding Big Scar's funeral.
God passed it away, like to this day I still ain't really got over that. It's my little cousin, to tell me welcome home, you know, still messing with me for real, so I ain't really got over it yet.
Now, in the streets, loyalty means everything. When an artist passes away, especially someone young and talented like Big Scare, the expectation is simple. The label boss is supposed to step up. Funeral expenses, family support, all of it. That's just how it's supposed to go. But according to people close to the situation, things played out very differently with Shiesty. He reportedly felt like Gucci Mane completely disrespected his fallen brother's legacy and left the family to deal with everything on their own. And this is where the evidence starts lining up. According to Big Scar's family, Gucci allegedly sent just $10,000 for flowers, when a proper funeral should have easily cost $50,000 or more to handle correctly. That didn't sit right with anyone. The family was heated. Big Scar's sister didn't hold back, saying, "My brother was worth more than $10,000, don't play with me." To make matters worse, Gucci allegedly told them he couldn't cover the funeral costs because his wife's birthday was coming up. And in the streets, that kind of explanation doesn't fly at all.
Funeral paid for. That 10K went toward flowers. Flowers high. We still got a casket. He getting cremated. He getting put up in a museum. Bitches would not be able to walk on my brother's grave. He ain't getting put in no ground. He ain't getting buried with no chains. He not getting them chains back. Period. At the end of the day. Receipts that and a bill uploaded. For the bill. And the receipts. Like I said, we on the receipt 10,000. What the other 10 is, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. I'm at work with my feet up, making boxes.
Talking about some long live him, bro. You ain't do nothing, cuz, on God. And you ain't getting them chains, cuz. You can't get them chains. There's no way you can get them chains. The minute that them folk called your phone to see if you gonna pay for the funeral, you blocked them. That's not real, cuz. On God, that's not real. I thought Gucci was rich too. Ha, food all over.
But let me add some deeper context so y'all really understand why this situation hit Shiesty so hard. Big Scare wasn't just another artist signed to the label. That was his day one brother from Memphis. They came up together in the trenches, shared the same struggles, the same grind. So when Scare passed, Shiesty didn't just lose a label mate, he lost family. And when Gucci didn't handle the funeral the way he expected, it became personal. Now, here's where things go beyond funeral drama. Shiesty had been sitting with that pain for months, letting it build, letting the resentment grow. By the time he walked into that Dallas studio, he wasn't there to record music or talk business. He came to make a statement and to execute what would turn into one of the boldest moves of 2024, real talk. From the moment Shiesty stepped up to Gucci Mane, the energy felt off. This wasn't a friendly meeting or a creative sit-down. He looked Gucci straight in the eye and made it clear. He didn't want to be part of the label anymore, and he told him exactly why. Things heated up fast. Gucci tried to calm the situation, talking about loyalty, keeping the team together, and working through the issues. But Pusheisty wasn't trying to hear any of that. He was locked in, speaking from a place of pain, letting Gucci know how deeply the big scare situation affected him. He told Gucci straight up, "You left my brother's family hanging when they needed you the most. You got millions, but you couldn't properly bury my homie. That's not the kind of boss I want to work for." Gucci attempted to explain himself, but at that point, Pusheisty was done listening to excuses. After about 25 minutes of voices raised and tension filling the room, Pusheisty made his decision. He told Gucci, "I'm done. This is the last conversation we'll ever have." Then he grabbed his things and walked toward the door. But here's the part nobody inside that studio saw coming. Pusheisty's YNSE's crashouts from the CH gang were already outside, sitting in 2 separate cars. And that's when the entire plan finally started to come into focus. While Pusheisty was inside having that intense face-to-face with Gucci, his crew was already outside getting into position. The timing wasn't random. They knew exactly when he was about to walk out, and they already knew what was supposed to happen once he cleared the building. Now let me break this down for anyone who doesn't really understand how these street plays work. Pusheisty's crew, known as the Choa Gang, has a long reputation in Memphis. These aren't just friends hanging around for clout. These are ride-or-die crash-outs who will move on command for their guy, no questions asked. In Memphis, the Choa Gang's name already carries weight. They've been known for robbing ops, snatching chains, and sending messages since Pusheisty first started touching real money. Mess with one of them, and you're dealing with all of them. Loyalty and disrespect are things they don't play about. Now here's where it gets serious. The moment Pusheisty left the studio and got into his car, his YNS allegedly made their move quick and coordinated, almost like a military drill. They ran up on Gucci Mane with heat drawn. There was no talking, no negotiating. The mission was clear: take the jewelry by any means necessary. They allegedly snatched Gucci's wedding ring first, the one his wife Keshia Kaur gave him as a symbol of their marriage. That ring alone was reportedly worth more than most people's cars. Easily, $200,000 in diamonds and platinum. Then they took the Patek Philippe watch straight off his wrist, another $300,000 piece. In under 30 seconds, nearly $500,000 in jewelry was gone. But here's what really shook the industry. This wasn't a random robbery or some spur-of-the-moment move. This was calculated, planned, executed with precision. Pusheisty allegedly knew exactly what was about to happen the moment he walked out of that studio. The confrontation wasn't just emotional, it was a setup, a distraction while his crew got into place. In the streets, a move like this sends a message that goes way beyond money. It's not just about chains or dollar amounts. It's about disrespect, payback, and reminding people that actions come with consequences. And this was Pusheisty's way of letting Gucci know the big scare situation wasn't forgotten and that street justice was being served.
How SIT to be exact, this the faster key. They come with black keys, but when you got these keys, make the car faster. You unlock all the engine power. But this my first track out. Been one bad. I got this on Gucci Mane's birthday. Like, he gifted me this at his birthday dinner. The dinner was almost over. We leaving out. I'm thinking I'm finna go get back.
The aftermath hit fast. Once the robbery allegedly went down, Gucci Mane had no choice but to immediately cut ties with Pusheisty and remove him from 1017 Records. That relationship was finished, no coming back from it. But by then, the damage was already done. Gucci was left moving around without his wedding ring or his most expensive watch, and the entire industry was buzzing about how he allegedly got caught slipping. Behind the scenes, this situation also exposed some serious cracks in Gucci's security setup. How does your own artist's crew get that close to you? Where was the security team? Those are the same questions label bosses everywhere are quietly asking themselves right now. That's when YouTuber Seti Nash caught wind of the situation and decided to put everything on blast. Nash has been covering street news and hip-hop drama for years, with sources stretching from Atlanta to Memphis, and when he dropped his video breaking down the alleged robbery, the internet went into full meltdown mode.
Pusheisty is no longer signed in 1017, and Gucci Mane no longer has his wedding ring and no longer has his watch. But Gucci, you can holler at me, I can get it back for you, bruh. Other than that, man, it is what it is. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Believe me, don't believe me, but y'all know when I break down street shit like this, I'm never wrong.
Nash broke down details that nobody else was talking about, how the entire situation allegedly unfolded, how Pusheisty appeared to be at the center of the fallout, how his crew moved with near-military coordination, and how Gucci Mane was reportedly caught completely off guard. But here's the part that really stood out. Nash was careful with his wording. He avoided directly accusing Pooh Shiesty of planning anything specific, knowing that he's still on probation and could face serious consequences if anything were framed as a conspiracy. Instead, Nash laid out the sequence of events, let the footage and timeline speak for themselves, and left viewers to connect the dots on their own.
Pooh Shiesty still ain't forgave Gucci Mane on the way in which he handled the whole entire situation. See, what a lot of people don't know is that some things are unforgivable to some people. Pooh Shiesty, Scar's death is one that he could not forgive. So Pooh Shiesty has not been rocking with Gucci Mane at all since he got out. And as of today, Gucci Mane, Pooh Shiesty went their separate ways. But the details on how that happened, whew.
In the comments, some fans were quick to claim that Pooh Shiesty was directly involved in planning the robbery, but Seti Nash stayed smart and diplomatic. He understands how this game works. You don't put someone's freedom at risk for YouTube views, no matter how explosive the story is. Still, in the streets, people already felt like they knew what time it was, and sides were being picked. Now let's talk deeper about Memphis street politics. For those who aren't familiar, Pooh Shiesty's Choa gang has a reputation that goes back years. Long before Pooh Shiesty ever blew up, that crew was known for robbing ops, taking what they wanted, and making statements. This wasn't their first situation involving high-profile names. And realistically, it probably won't be the last. As the story spread, other artists started weighing in on social media. Some said Gucci Mane had it coming because of how he handled the big scare situation. Others felt that robbing your former boss crossed a line that should never be crossed. The hip-hop community was split right down the middle. But this situation goes deeper than a robbery or street beef. At its core, this is about loyalty, respect, and how you treat people when they're hurting and vulnerable. Gucci Mane learned the hard way that when artists feel disrespected, especially during tragic moments involving family, there can be real consequences. This also exposed the darker side of label politics, where artists often feel supported only when business is good. When Big Scare passed, his family didn't just expect Gucci to act like a label head, they expected him to act like family. And when those expectations weren't met, it created a rift that was never going to be repaired.
They ain't did shit about obituaries and flowers, boo. This shit ain't help with no obituaries and flowers, boo. 10K ain't shit. My brother was way more worth, baby, my brother worth more than 10K. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Yeah, Gucci's son 10,000, and it was somebody else on another 10. So it was 20,000 and
At the end of the day, the Gucci Mane situation isn't just about losing expensive jewelry or getting embarrassed online. This is about power dynamics in hip-hop and what happens when loyalty breaks down between people who came up together. When you're dealing with street dudes who have nothing to lose and everything to prove, respect isn't optional, it's mandatory. The big question now, what's next for Gucci Mane? He's going to have to rebuild his reputation in the streets and likely upgrade his security. Rolling through Dallas or anywhere else like he used to isn't an option anymore. This robbery proved that even millionaire rappers can get caught slipping if they don't move correctly. As for Pooh Shiesty, he's now a free agent with a reputation for standing up for respect and loyalty. Labels may hesitate before signing him, but his street credibility just skyrocketed. He showed he's willing to risk a major label deal to uphold his principles. This situation is also a wake-up call for the industry. Label bosses now see that money alone doesn't solve personal problems. When artists go through tragedies, funerals, family emergencies, or other hardships, they want to feel like family, not just business partners. Pooh Shiesty's stock in the streets just went up. He walked away from millions to stand by his fallen homie, and that kind of loyalty is respected no matter the cost. Now, for the exclusive footage I promised. Security cameras from the Dallas studio caught everything. The heated confrontation between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci, Pooh leaving the building, and his crew making their calculated move. This footage is about to go viral and confirm every detail we just broke down. But a quick reminder, this is serious street business with potential legal implications. What you're about to see shows exactly how calculated and precise this operation was. Pooh Shiesty played chess while Gucci was playing checkers, and the footage proves it. You can see his YNS waiting outside, stepping out of their cars, approaching the studio, and executing the move. Gucci's shocked reaction says it all. This is the kind of exclusive content that changes the game and breaks the internet. Now, it's your turn. What do you think about Pooh Shiesty's move and Gucci Mane's handling of the Big Scare situation? Was this justified payback for disrespecting a fallen soldier, or did it go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned. And if you want more exclusive street news, behind-the-scenes industry drama, and footage nobody else has, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. More breaking news is coming. Ready to shake up the hip-hop world and reveal the secrets the industry doesn't want you to know? This Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty situation, it's just the beginning, fam. The streets are talking and we're listening.